Hi, my name's Drew with Knights of Nostalgia.
And I'm Josh from Mastermind X Studios.
Oh, I've heard of that. Back to...
Oh, I'm Ben from the Beer Thrillers. I have a blog about beer.
And we can't wait to watch Ahsoka.
We haven't
Episode 5.
We haven't totally watched it and filmed this
For some reason,
end.
The Mandalorian is in the background, but
Yeah.
we'll fix that, I
We
think. I don't know.
totally did film this at the end and are throwing this in at the beginning.
Womp, womp, womp.
Before we start here real quick, I do want to say just one thing I do like. I do
Chicken tenders.
and this can obviously change. I do enjoy Ray Stevenson's character quite a bit.
Yeah. I think he's the star so far.
This is the best Bailey Greyjoy we've had yet.
We've criticized most of the cast for being pretty kind of emotionless and stoic and soulless and that sort of thing. I kind of feel like he's a little bit of that, but it's sort of an earned from the character and the presence.
That feels like that's what his character's supposed to be.
I'm going to say from last week's episode, I think the best thing we've gotten out of these 4 episodes is just sort of his own characterization of... He sort of feels like this sort of lamenting on the fact that he has to keep fighting Jedi or whatever. Like sort of like he feels.
He's like, why do these Force users have to die?
It's the only thing that sort of feels
like it's a waste.
It's the only thing that sort of feels like it has weight in the plot is Ray Stevenson's character. Right. He's like sort of.
There was that line where he's like there's
so few of us left. Yeah.
Kill her. Don't be ashamed. There's so few Jedi left.
And even when he pushed, I don't know if he thought Ahsoka died after falling off that cliff. We don't even know what happened.
He never bothered.
He never bothered to look back. He never bothered to check. But
oh, no body? Okay, cool.
But
I'm sure she's dead.
He does seem to have this sort of sorrowful, lamenting feeling about it, and I think that's kind of neat. It's something to latch onto. But part of me thinks, this is just a prediction. It may not happen. Part of me thinks that they are just giving him this just so he can get stabbed in the back by his apprentice at some point because she sees his weakness
to make her more evil.
They make her more evil, and they're gonna make some speech about how he's like a fragment from a lost time. Or
I don't know enough behind the scenes spoilers. Like I know this is a multi-season show. I don't know if they had him. Because they obviously like his death was not planned, like in real life.
Right. Well, yeah. And I looked it up. We didn't know if he was slowly dying. He died of a heart attack while he was filming something. So it was pretty.
Okay. So
it seems like it was pretty sudden. So because we were speculating on whether or not like Disney knew he was on his way out or not.
Like, so did they write a certain way? So like his character might live out the show.
I'll have cloaking. All right. Well, guys, are you ready to watch Part 5, Episode 5, no title of Ahsoka? Ahsoka confronts her past while Hera and her allies undertake a rescue mission.
It's 51 minutes, so it's long.
Wow. Is this our longest episode?
No, I think the
36 and 40?
We're up to number 1. I think it was like 55. Yeah, 56.
Okay.
A little bit longer. And about 5 to 10 minutes of that is going to be
I tell you what, though. If you do an 8-episode show, one of them should not be 36 episodes or 36 minutes.
Well,
you think they should have just tagged half on this one and half on this one?
And
like
you made
episode 3 should have been like episode 2 and 3 could have been
3
one
should
episode.
have. They should just make it 7 episodes, probably. Well, I mean, this does feel like
subscription doesn't last as long.
This does feel like something that could have easily been a movie so far.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, who knows?
You cut out like 3 seconds in between every person talking.
Well, all right. Well, I need to get rid of our little logos here.
Dramatic pause.
Image. I gotta hide the image. We gotta hide the imagery, as they say. Okay, there we go, guys. We are ready to start episode 5.
Thrawn's gonna be the opening scene.
I'm pumped.
I can't wait to see this, guys.
Dude, I'm honestly pumped.
I mean, it's in theaters, so it should be like...
That's what I'm saying. What did they do that made this so crazy?
So, like, the end was the war between worlds. We didn't even actually do, like, really anything about, like, what we were predicting. But, like, is the whole episode gonna be, like, flashback stuff because of Anakin?
I can't believe the entire episode is flashbacks if they were put this in theaters.
Especially if they talked about hair and stuff.
I want an explanation to why she goes into fantasy world. Mm-hmm. Like...
Right.
And he's like sort of tempting her. Are we predicting a face turn?
Good.
I know. Do we think he's going to turn good?
He's going to always be neutral / evil. But
somebody called him chaotic neutral. I don't think he's quite neutral yet. He's on the evil side. Do you guys like Hera?
No.
She hasn't done anything.
She was a general
yeah.
that had to talk to senators to even have permission to do.
Is she good in Rebels?
Yeah, but then again, she's like a really good pilot. She's also like kind of like the Mother Goose figure that keeps them all together.
Well, remember, in that one
this, it's
episode,
like-
she's like, "I'm a general. Nothing is.
Yeah.
Nothing is. Wait, what did they call it? Like nothing's hidden from me,
Nothing's
or
classified
nothing's
from me.
classified from me. But then that one episode was just her not being able to get through red tape. I was like, which is it?
So do you think Ahsoka, Rosario Dawson here is going to start opening up now? Like, are we going to get more?
Are we actually
going to
get her?
Because she's
gonna
with
get
her
her
old
to
master.
emote?
I know nothing about Ahsoka except from this show and from what she appeared in the
Ahsoka.
thing. I don't know how to describe her. I think she's just a piece of wood.
Why do they still show Morok's face in the opening? He dead.
What if he's going to call her Twinks?
Oh, that's right. We never really
Snips.
Snips.
Did
He
we?
already did that.
He,
Snips.
he,
Did
he,
that
he
in
called her.
the
He called her Snips at the end of the last
Yeah.
episode.
Twink?
Snips.
Oh, you thought he called her
Twink.
Twink? Is that what you said? Twink?
What is she?
Did he call- does he call her that?
Not a Twi'lek. What
She's
is
a
she?
Togruta.
Why does he?
Togruta.
Why does he call her Snips? Is there a reason?
I
behind
guess
it?
because she snipped things.
Citizen Snips.
Like his testicles.
She snips things.
He told her.
She gives the best
Well,
vasectomies
so,
in the.
right, that's really where this stems from. The only reason Ahsoka is even in the show was she was a vasectomist, and he realized she had the force powers. She used
See.
the lightsaber to snip him.
Now that's a backstory I can get behind.
Tales from the Jedi shows Ahsoka being born and her backstory.
Oh.
In
And
cartoon
does it
form.
involve vasectomies?
No, her
All right,
right.
I don't wanna- we don't wanna hear about
Wait,
it.
guys. Are they just going to glue it back together and it works?
God, it's like
I
a,
think that'd be
I hope to
hilarious.
God that
why
works.
are they showing
like how crazy it is inside built, but it literally
it
just
took a
turned.
lightsaber
Wait,
to it.
the lightsaber went through it. Why is it just why is it bisected?
Right, why would you even see the gears? The gears should all be fucking melted.
Because the lightsaber was literally through
Yeah,
it.
that's-
Yeah,
Wasn't
like, what do you think this is doing?
What is she doing?
What is this doing?
Hera, everybody left, hon.
Does the ship not see life forms?
Hey, remember when a Trellick fucked a human and they had a baby
An
that
Oompa-
just had green hair?
They had an Oompa Loompa?
That's how genetics work,
Oh,
Josh.
he is an Oompa Loompa. I don't like that at all. That's what
So-
Well, that was in the show, apparently.
So
right?
if Chewie fucked her, would they just have like a green Wookiee?
I kind of want more things from this Chopper guy. That you guys are building him up, but I have a feeling the show's not going to do much with him.
Oh, Chopper's cool as hell.
Chopper's the balls, man.
Wait,
Why do
wait.
you like Chopper?
I kind of like this music, honestly. It's not bad.
Oh, look at that ass.
She has no panty line.
It's like the Lucas thing. There's no panties in space. There's
Yeah.
no bras in space.
I love how she's like, don't care about the droid's life.
Right.
Just get behind the droid.
Well, I mean, the ones are kids.
If she,
Like, no matter what,
I was
going
gonna
to
say, if she's obviously nervous, keep
Why-
the kid on the fucking
well,
ship.
why is the kid there anyway?
What?
What is he?
Is he floating?
Yeah, what is he on?
No, I think he's on the back side. It's not the cliff side. It's one of those pillars. He's
Oh,
standing
okay.
behind a pillar.
It just looks like he's like
Yeah, out
on the
there.
ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just out there.
It's a weird angle.
Oh, what's the title gonna be? Shadow Warrior.
Link's. It's Dark Link.
Oh, is Ahsoka gonna fight Dark Ahsoka?
Oh my god, that'd be awesome. Here we go. This is gonna be the bulk of the episode. Is this?
This, you
This.
think?
Just this?
That's why it's in the theaters?
because it's Anakin. It's Hayden Christensen.
They paid a lot of money for him to come
Right.
back.
It looks like CGI bukkakied all over Hayden Christensen is what it looks like.
We used that word once, so now Drew's gonna use it 10 more times.
I use bukkake all the time in my normal...
All is just a normal word in your vocabulary.
It was my word of the day on the app.
I would love an app that bukkake is your word of the
I asked the AI to use it in a sentence for me, and I was not disappointed. So he's wearing his Return of, or Revenge of the Sith gear. So is this before full dark side? Or is he like a ghost?
I don't know. Like no one knows. This is like this is all just make it up as you go bullshit.
It means you still have a
Right.
chance
Like that's the problem with this whole world between worlds thing. It's just make it up as you go bullshit.
to live.
Yeah, because Ezra came back out of it.
Right.
Can you just leave whenever you want?
Well, but you have to go through your doors.
door. Yeah.
Apparently, you as Ahsoka would have your doors.
What
Ezra
lightsaber?
has.
What lightsaber does he have there? I think that's Anakin's old original lightsaber.
Would you be able to tell by the handle?
The handle, yeah.
I
Can you not tell? What
No.
kind of?
I don't know.
Call yourself a
what
fan?
does Vader's lightsaber handle look like?
It's
Right now,
bla-
without looking.
it's long.
It's long
the very
silver
base
with
is long and black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're black. Stripes.
Ben, you
and
might
down.
you might be the only one that's not a fan of Star Wars here. We both nailed that like immediately.
You guys know a lot about long.
What does
black
TIE stand for?
things, don't you?
What does TIE stand for?
Twin ion engine.
Oh, you dick! I underestimated you.
Bastard.
I don't think any of them were present,
Right. The only
Right.
one would have been Sabine.
and she's gone.
But and yeah.
And apparently they were in such a rush that she can't get her very valuable helmet
I
back.
love that. Like, look at the size of that. Like,
Oh,
scanner
here
thing.
comes our buddy. Like, I don't know. Does anyone know his name?
Carson. What? I like this guy's like. I know your kid just told you to listen, so I'm gonna now
Listen
talk.
to the waves. So is he force sensitive?
Yeah.
Well, his dad
his dad was a Jedi.
I was gonna say, well, oh really?
She was just bulging.
Bending.
Oh wait, he's sensing lightsabers. So he's sensing the world between worlds. She closed her eyes like,
Yeah.
like she's gonna
Yep.
feel something. Like, oh yeah, I feel it.
cracks her hand. Like, yep, gotcha, kiddo. Yep, totally. They're totally going down the route of like everyone and
Anybody
anyone.
can do Force stuff.
Which-
I hate
Eventually, is Hera gonna start getting the force?
I'm almost okay with the idea, but like at the same time, I really don't like it.
Like
at
it's
all.
so it's a trainable thing, not a
right
inherent thing.
And like,
She's leaving her kid on this
Yep.
weird planet
Yeah,
with the
that's
droid.
weird.
totally
You stay here at the ancient Sith ruins.
And why is that guy going on? Yeah, he just told him it was Kanan Jarrus.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
But
he
know.
was
Why
like, what?
wouldn't-
He's just
why
like, oh,
wouldn't
the
you go
kid
to the
senses things.
Fulcrum?
He's like, I gotta get to Starbucks and get my wife a
You know what
frappe
I'm saying? Why not-
latte.
Yeah.
Why not have a third ship to search?
Why is
Well,
the
he's
kid?
getting her? Like, they have a squadron
So wait,
that's like down to like 2 ships now because the
If-
others gotten.
in Hera's
Yeah.
mind as a parent, if you're doing something dangerous, be like, if I die, you want your kid to be taken care of, right?
Yeah, he's just now desolate.
If she dies, she's just stuck on this planet.
It's the Clone
Yeah.
Wars.
Look, it's phase 2.
It's
Oh,
baby Ahsoka.
Wait.
Not baby, but like,
Oh.
like kid Ahsoka.
She's in another time.
So we're in the. I don't know. You know what? This is kind of neat.
And there's
so
Anakin.
I see what we're doing. We're doing the Ghost of Christmas Past
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
sort of thing, right?
That's not a horrible like live action version of her as a
Yeah.
younger.
I was gonna
No,
say,
I'm-
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Dude, look at the ATTE.
ATTE.
That's the one of the Clone Wars like.
Oh.
Like the
The Walker.
yeah.
Oh, those things at the end of Attack of the Clones.
It's not
Yeah.
the greatest Anakin though. Like the de-aging for
No,
Anakin
the
looks a
de-aging
little-
CGI was bad.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pretend like it's good. It's bad.
But I mean, I just don't mind it as much because like they are trying to like obscure things or like smoke and stuff. But
It's that's what I was gonna say. The smoky sort of battle atmosphere is where you do that de-aging thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Like in the scene before it, where they're up in that thing, that
Yeah.
looked really bad. It's glossy.
Yeah.
and-
This you can hide it a little bit.
yeah, most definitely. Play to CGI's strengths.
he's also Hayden Christensen's older now, so his run is weirder too. Though, like he runs like a dude who didn't have to just run like for like.
So do we know what planet this is and what they're fighting? Okay.
Random battle number 48 that they like the Clone
Okay.
Wars show was literally like every
It
episode
was
is
so
another battle.
long. Yeah.
It's 200 episodes were like 80, probably 100 episodes of battle. Why is it hover?
Oh, do you see the medic droid?
2-1B.
2-1B, yeah. It's like the skeleton droid that's poking Luke Skywalker's new hand, and he's like, "Ow!"
And all those guys better look like Jango Fett.
Or
'Cause they're all clones.
Tamora Morrison.
Tamara
Or Morrison, yeah.
But they have to be de-aged Tamara Morrison,
Right,
not the
right.
fat Boba Fett we
So that's
got.
why you're not getting any faces. It's probably not even Tamora Morrison. They don't. I don't think they.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna.
Because he angered them about the Boba Fett comments.
He's like, I don't think we did that right.
like-
Look, they
look,
wrapped
they
his face.
wrapped him. His entire face is covered in a rag, like he was hit by a cannonball, like a World War One.
Why-
What good
he
is the
had-
armor?
He had a helmet, yeah.
Yeah,
so
wait, you
what's-
have a helmet. Why is it wrapped? They're all wrapped in rags.
Yep.
All those men were. Their faces were
Oh my
mutilated.
God.
That's
Hey, is that Rex?
one of them's probably gonna be Rex. We're gonna see.
Now
Rex.
Rex is Tamara Morrison too, isn't he?
Well, right, but like we're not gonna see him without his helmet here. But I bet you in the future we'll see him.
Now is Rex? I did see the clip of where
Rex is the
Ahsoka.
blue commander there.
Well,
in the background, I think.
Ahsoka survives Order 66. Is it Rex who saves her?
Partly, yeah.
Who's that other? Twi'lek thing in the background.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I was
It's got a
like,
gun, so it's not a
weird.
Jedi.
But he's dressed. But he's got the He's got the World War I
I
goggle
think it's
pilots.
just-
Just
we want someone not.
do all Twi'leks dress like World War I pilots? Like, they all dress like Porco Rosso. Is this the stuff that they were like, this is theater worthy?
Yeah.
I think so.
We gotta get more than this, right? Just dialogue between de-aged Anakin. What's the odds Ewan McGregor shows up?
No.
Well, that's what
No?
I was gonna say.
No, we
I
ain't
was
getting
honestly
Ewan
thinking
McGregor.
it. I was like, are we gonna get some Obi-Wan action?
If we get a surprise thing here,
we would have heard something on Facebook or something.
I was gonna say maybe the fact that I saw no
It was
memes.
Ewan McGregor, like de-aged.
Who else could show up that people would be like, oh, that's great?
What makes you say that?
Palpatine, maybe? I don't know.
I feel like this, like, is this supposed to be at the very beginning of like the Clone Wars, like when he first gets her?
Yeah, 'cause she's super young.
So maybe
Right.
is this like her first battle, maybe?
And she's also acting like very like not understanding of his nature, like
Yeah.
like naive to how Anakin is.
What was Anakin's nature in the Clone Wars?
Like kind of flippant, but like he knew he was the hero. He knew he was the chosen one.
He had the working knowledge that he was the one that was going to save everyone.
Yeah, like he never
And-
felt
and
like he
he-
was in danger. Like he would
He
just
was
like
always the one that ran into the nest first.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and-
I'm fine with that.
right.
That's cool.
Right.
I know, but she's kind of having a problem that he's kind of like being jovial about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's how he was through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Nothing was serious.
And he didn't.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. That was okay.
That was cool.
That, you know what that reminded me of? Remember that poster of Anakin walking with his
Right.
backpack and the shadow is Vader?
Vader, yeah.
That's what that
But
reminded
now,
me
are
of.
we supposed to think this is an actual memory she had? Like, did she actually visually see that then?
Well, it wasn't literal.
Well, is that supposed to be a literal scene from her memory?
No, I don't think so.
Then why show him for a brief
That was
second?
for us.
Then fuck that shit. No, fuck that shit. Fuck the artistic bullshit. This is for the audience. If you're showing a scene from the perspective of a person, show the scene from the perspective of that person. Don't show some fucking bullshit, artistic, fucking jerk myself off.
That was
bullshit.
that was my interpretation. Maybe,
Right.
maybe it could be interpreted that she saw that
She
or
briefly
didn't
saw
know.
him as
Like it was a
fuck
it was like a
off that
force
shit
thing.
then.
I don't know.
No. He's like
So
that
wait,
fun-
Chopper found a signal?
They're in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the ocean. Why
if
would
they find Ahsoka just like swimming there?
just
or something,
swimming? It's like,
This is gonna be so fucking dumb. All right, so they're fighting Mandos. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
there's
now
Paz
we're
Vizsla.
so now it's later now.
Gar Saxon, I mean.
This is the
wait! Lightsaber just went through a Boba Fett.
Yeah,
armor.
and they died. So see,
What?
if you stab through Mando armor, they die.
They don't have Beskar armor.
That's
they
not
were the
Beskar?
Night Watch.
It doesn't matter though. Sabine can take a stab through the side and live.
Oh, well.
Why couldn't
Oh, yeah. It's 'cause
Well-
she's, yeah.
She was getting. They were slashing. I mean, they are going to drop in the battlefield. We don't know if they're dead or not. It's not that bad. It's just.
It's still egregiously
But
dumb
why
that
isn't
Sabine
she
lives though.
older?
Like,
No, oh, yeah.
I guess they changed her outfit to be a little older.
they made
but
her size bigger, but her face stayed the same.
yeah.
That's the prop. Like
They
this
should
is-
have.
Her face should have aged a bit.
Well, the worst thing about Sabine getting stabbed isn't the fact that she got stabbed and lived. It's that in the very next episode she's 100%.
Right.
And it's like the next day.
Mandalore.
That's
yeah.
the problem.
That's right. Yeah.
The Siege of Mandalore is where she takes on Maul in his.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Spider-
ooh,
Spider-
I'm not
guys.
gonna show them all. Don't get.
They're
your
not
hopes
gonna.
up.
They're not gonna show
We're
Maul.
not showing them all. There ain't no fucking
You
way.
just brought it up, and I thought maybe that's why they're putting this there. Are we gonna get a Maul fucking lightsaber
I mean,
fight?
that would be. I wouldn't.
But she does fight him at the Siege
I
of
wouldn't
Mandalore.
be. I wouldn't be upset by it. And I think Sam
captures him.
And Sam Whitmore is supposed to be on Ahsoka. He does the voice of Maul in the show.
in the show.
Well, the original Maul got canceled, right?
Right, yeah, because he
sent
uploaded a
his-
video
Braveheart,
of a
yeah.
blowjob.
He uploaded
He like accidentally uploaded a video of himself getting a
Click on
blowjob.
this link to see it right here. Oh wait,
Just gross. And it's just drew.com.
no, It's just gonna link to Rich Evans masturbating with that droid.
oh my god!
This whole thing could be like a coping mechanism,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was
I
thinking.
hope
it's kind
so,
of like
then.
in her mind.
Oh, his eyes went red.
Right.
But like it was like her.
Because this wasn't from Siege of Mandalore, obviously.
Ahsoka
'cause
already-
He's still
I mean,
good at this point.
She already has working knowledge that he is Vader. So is that why? That's probably
Right.
Yeah, right. He was good at this time. He wasn't even at the Siege of Mandalore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this could be like some sort of weird like mental defense mechanism of Ahsoka, right? Because they're clearly going through eras and. Oh, did you hear the Darth Vader breathe?
I don't like when they do.
I don't know. You don't like that? That's so freaking cool, man.
I feel like it's an artistic just bullshit.
No,
I don't want to.
Thrill and
You know what?
to it.
I hate to make this comparison, but that reminded me of My Bloody Valentine, the remake. We're at the end, the killer who's the killer who's the I can't even describe it. I'm gonna cut to it. But it's the killer miner in that movie when he's walking down the thing, he's hitting lights, and every time he hits the lights, there's a frame where he turns into the other killer.
But like I feel like for this is because it's like they lean so heavily on the iconography of what Vader looks like and what Anakin looks like, and like the juxtaposition of how different the two images look.
Yeah.
And it's too much artistic bullshittery for us to see it.
It's also strange how big Vader was in the suit versus Anakin being tiny. Yeah.
And so like
not tiny, but he's obviously not as big as what Vader was in the originals. Because the guy that played Vader was a huge dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was his name?
David Prowse. And he originally he was told by Lucas that he could say that he was finally going to get demasked. And he was going to have like those it was like 3 or 4 lines. It's not much. And then Return of the Jedi came. He's like, we're going to get this other guy who knows how to act. We're going to get Sebastian Shaw. And he's like, oh, you told me I was going to have my chance to. And then also, fuck you, Sebastian Shaw. Here's Hayden Christensen at the end of Return of the Jedi now. Ben, what's happening?
She's coming up.
Oh. It's Avatar 2. The Way of the Water.
The Way of the Water. I can't wait for Avatar 3, The Way of the Fire.
This is Disney Plus. You can watch Avatar. If Avatar shows up in the, you may also like.
Oh yeah, let's just record ourselves watching Avatar 2. You guys have like 6 hours, right?
Hey, we can also go into Little Mermaid too. Also.
Well, that's only 2.5 hours. Wait, what? She's just been underwater the whole time?
Yep. No, that's one of the
pilots.
pilots
from the pilots. Okay.
Apparently, they just keep rope to like jump into water to rescue people. And she's now gonna fit on the ghost. I guess they got the ghost there.
But why? Does she not need to breathe? Does her species not need oxygen? She's just levitating underwater. I don't know.
She's gonna choke it up right here.
She's not gonna spit water up, is she?
No, they wouldn't. No.
Because that implies that she was dying.
Was down there the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah. See, she's just alive, and it's just what it is.
I'm gonna say I actually like the idea. The fact that I can see like the water beads and stuff over the paint looks a lot more natural than what I thought.
I mean, the costuming and stuff is fine for the most part in the show.
Sometimes, the extras really look bad. I think.
That's really. It seems like they definitely skimp.
Like that, the few guards and stuff, they're just like wearing just the most generic shit.
So is that Act 1 of 2?
Well, how long?
I think we're probably
pause it and see where we're at.
Act 2 of 3.
That was
1 minute?
I bet we're about halfway.
Well, so 51 minutes, 5 minutes is credits. That makes 46 minutes. About a minute and a half.
So she falls off cliff and
intro, whatever. So
are we gonna get an explanation of why she went there and how she was saved, or is it just?
We're just gonna assume Anakin pulled her into it, or maybe it was a coping mechanism.
Anakin pulled her into it.
So who all has access to the world between worlds, though, too?
So I'm actually glad that there was no super lore-breaking crap that happened, because I was really worried about that. Like
did lore-breaking stuff not happen?
Well, no, I mean, because we don't know. But they didn't tell us anything, so we don't.
She fought Anakin.
She had a vision quest.
Mandalore.
She had a vision quest, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a good way of putting it. It's like a vision quest.
But why she survived, I don't know.
Right. Why was she so far out into the water?
That's weird.
Right.
I would have preferred if she landed on like a.
Tide took her out.
But does she not need to breathe?
A lightsaber went through that.
Yeah. The
And
person who did this episode, didn't watch the previous episode.
previous
Right.
They were just told it broke.
Right. If they show like them being able to actually put the two halves like back together with no,
And it just
missing
comes
piece,
together like it's magic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're not gonna like. No one's. I don't think the word Sabine has come up yet. Like no one is like, hey, so
You're
At least they got the Falk.
oh look,
the
she's
Fulcrum back.
she's now Ahsoka the White. She was dressed as
transformed.
gray, and now she's Ahsoka the White.
she's just wearing a white thing now.
Dave Filoni's like a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and there's been numerous times where he's had
Are her head tentacles whiter?
no,
Than they
like
were?
her outfit's white.
That's. I mean, I guess I
don't
don't.
think she's gonna stay in that. I think she's just like.
It's just
Drying
it's
off.
just
Yeah, I don't
it's
wanna-
a quick symbology, like an imagery type thing.
But I wouldn't call what just happened to her akin to Gandalf defeating the Balrog. You know what I mean?
Watch this shit.
What?
She said Sabine might have left a memory or an impression on it. She's gonna bring this thing back together because now I guess
Oh,
that's
it's
the force
'cause
power.
why would they show two halves if they weren't gonna plan on putting them together then?
There's a memory. in-
Well, they have like Quinlan Voss had.
You just made that name up. You know,
He
guy
had-
has some
Stop talking about Gallop shit toe.
Glup shit toe.
Quap ship.
But no, Quinlan Voss was from Kithix.
Oh, I know that
You
planet
know that
because
planet.
of the card game.
He knows that planet.
You don't know about Kifix. That's
don't
where
know.
I don't know about Kefix.
that's where the Tonica sisters are from.
Yeah, because
They're in the cantina.
the cantina.
Remember the cantina? They're the
The
twins.
twins?
The twins, yeah.
yeah.
See, now you're getting it. Do you know who Bo? All right,
the
watch
hell are
this.
we
Let's watch
talking
Ahsoka. Let's figure this out.
Mon Mothma giving her shit, saying, "Do you have them? Did you capture them?" It's like you didn't give us any resources to go capture them. I had to do
I'm
it
a
alone.
fucking general anyway. Why the
What
fuck am
happened
I?
to Mon Mothma? She was so cool in that other thing.
The New Republic, like every show has to show the New Republic as being so inept and fucking pointless. It's just so fucking depressing.
She's about to get fired.
But she's
You
like-
are no longer a general.
But she's still a general later on in the timeline, so this is all pointless.
How do you know that? In what
Because she
timeline?
appears later on in the stories. There's like books later.
Oh,
on-
there's canon. Books?
yeah.
Okay.
After this, that she's still a general.
Oh, so I know. So thanks, Ben. So now I know she's not gonna die.
No stakes.
No stakes. Hashtag fail. Maybe she'll. Wait. We hear her voice at the end of.
Yeah, and Filoni's gone on record saying that doesn't mean she's dead.
No.
Did you hear that interview?
What?
So like, remember the Rise of Skywalker, or whatever.
All the voices show up?
She
One of
hears all
them's
the
Ahsoka?
voices, and one is Ahsoka, one is Kanan or Kanan or whatever.
Yeah.
And Filoni was asked in an interview soon after. He's like, "Oh, we heard like Obi-Wan, Anakin, all these dead Jedi. So Ahsoka is dead at Rise of Skywalker, then, right?" And he goes, "Well, maybe it's just a Force manifest like through Rey, and it's just all the Jedi at once."
Regardless of where they are
Yeah.
in time or place. Maybe
That's
she's in the
dumb.
world between worlds.
And I feel like that's
Dude,
Filoni.
she literally just does have that hoodie on, this white hoodie.
Yeah,
She didn't change back into her
She
combat
just
gear.
put a shawl on. It's her prayer shawl. All right, she's
I want
going
a
through a hard time.
I want a scene where she has to like unpossess somebody with like a cane and be like, "I will drain you like poison from a snake," or whatever.
I like how they just like fly. Like we're just gonna fly towards giant fucking space.
Okay, so
whales.
clearly the whales are the key to all this. This whole map, the whales are going to be the key to getting for the good guys.
Supposedly the whales, the map was based on the whales traveling.
Migration. point.
Right.
Yeah.
So why don't they just attach a ship to a
That's what
whale?
they're gonna do.
I think
They're
that's
gonna
what we're gonna do
follow
here.
their
Because the map is destroyed. Oh no, what do we do? Let's just get on a whale.
right. They're gonna like follow. Like they're gonna Jonah themselves into the other galaxy.
Oh, they're gonna take a ride on a whale
They're
through
going
the mouth.
wrong way. Are they gonna turn around?
Yep.
Is this gonna be her new outfit though? Like now her hand wraps are white. I think her blue on her helmet or hair, whatever that is whiter. I think you're right, Drew. I think she's gone whiter in the face.
That's what I was looking at, and I'm gonna
shit, she's
say
coming out.
I'm gonna say that this
Dude, her pants are white.
this
now.
okay.
Dude, she's
Hold on.
Yeah. Her full outfit's white now.
This level up program that they put her through is no way anywhere close to Gandalf returning as Gandalf the White.
Right.
Like, that's such a major fucking...
That was also a pretty piss-poor mystical trip. It's like she fought like 2 battles and like...
She didn't do anything. She lost a fight and got pushed off a cliff, and now she's like, I have come back as your leader and follow. Like, what the fuck is this? I can now talk to animals like that guy from Captain Planet.
Yeah. I'm the one kid from Encanto. Great, good job. Fuck off. Oh, it's an Ishi Tib.
Oh my god, I used to use them on my Cloud City deck.
It's Hark Seth.
He doesn't.
It's not Hark Seth.
That's
Hark
not.
Seth was actually a green.
Hark Seth was green. This is like a
This is
turquoise.
a beige blue Ishi Tib. A big episode.
This was in theaters? I have come to turn the tide.
I think it's hilarious. I think they're gonna hyper.
She was gone for
jump.
5 minutes.
I think they're gonna hyper jump. They're gonna find them, this and that. But I think you're maybe right. I don't think we see. I don't know if we see Thrawn.
Yeah, I don't
They're going. They're
look,
straight.
he's
He's
got, like-
fucking
They're gonna
Jonah.
Jonah the
They're
whale.
going right into its mouth.
Fuck off with this fucking shit.
They're gonna
Jesus
sit in there
Christ.
and they're gonna hyper jump
This
inside
is-
their mouth like a pelican.
This is painful. I can't believe this. That there's people out there that are like, this is like the most epic thing I've ever seen.
Get in his belly.
Just it says.
Get in his belly.
Don't
Go
worry.
in his
It
belly.
mentally told me it won't digest us.
Right.
That's exactly what it wants.
It's totally not like a sarlacc.
It definitely
Look,
doesn't think we're
That is
krill.
fucking. They just took like raw, like fucking noodles. They took fucking pasta and hung it.
I just imagine.
That's not even.
I just imagine it's like, oh my god, they're just gonna get in. Gulp.
This droid is like, I'm 25,000 fucking years old.
Where's
Why
the
the
ghost
hell am I
at?
doing this?
That those
I
are the
didn't survive
strange.
25.
She said the ghost was right next to them. They were coming with.
Those are the
They got a
strangest.
different whale. They got their
They're
own
gonna
whale.
do
No.
their own whale.
Yeah.
They needed Gandalf the White to get in that whale. They can't just get in their own whale.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Witty banter.
Wait,
Just
they don't
see
know where they're
it
going?
goes. Yeah, see, she's all smiley now.
So this is just
she's
like
all
a-
changed. She's not stoic.
So this is
angry.
just, so she knows, but she doesn't know.
Right.
She knows
she's-
that they're gonna
she's
take 'em
Dr. Manhattan.
to the other
shit
galaxy.
now.
But now you're in another galaxy and don't know where the fuck to find
That's
them.
what I don't get. I don't quite get. It's a galaxy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a big.
It's big.
So
They're gonna
where
go
is
over
the,
there.
Wait, where is the ghost
It's
going?
fucking bigger than Canada. And Canada's really big. How are you gonna find Thrawn?
If they're supposed to be such good whales and all, why would they like go right? You
Oh.
have everywhere else to go.
Is that
Why
the-
would you
is-
go
is-
directly at the fleet?
Is that the Bright Hope?
I don't know. That doesn't even look good there. Like graphically, I don't think that looks good.
So the ship looks good. I think when the whales get composited on top, it
Yeah.
looks sort of iffy. The ship itself, I thought, was fine in space.
You would fucking lose your ball sack there.
And
one
nobody.
fucking
The fact that nobody is freaking out is
Right.
scaring me. I'm gonna compare this. Remember Starship Troopers? When like the alien
Oh,
plasma
well-
and like shit is in panic
Yeah.
mode, like holy fuck, everyone's running around like they're hitting numbers and they're hitting buttons and stuff. And
Why did we not see whales attack the Death Star? What would the fucking Empire have done if whales just attacked the Death Star?
and it's like these things are gigantic and they're moving pretty slowly. Everyone's now looking at them right now,
Yeah.
like they're like, what's happening?
Right.
Like, how do you? You're in their way at this point.
Yeah, what is she doing though? Is she gonna go?
Oh look, they got like
Oh,
butthole.
she's saying she can't go with.
Oh, she's gonna fall? No,
Wait, so their buttholes turn into
they're
hyperspeed.
gonna go into the butthole.
Their butthole is hyperspeed.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, it's not fine.
Ben,
No one's asshole
Ben.
should be hyperspace.
nobody. Should.
No one's asshole should be the way you go into other.
That's how you end that. No Thrawn.
The episode literally ended on a close-up of a whale's asshole, and people are fucking loving that shit.
Well, we don't know yet.
No,
we don't know
the
yet.
episode literally ended on the whale's
No,
asshole.
I meant we don't know if people are loving it yet. I haven't looked at anything.
I didn't either. I can't believe we still didn't get Thrawn.
So
I
at this
thought
point,
for sure they were gonna get
this
there
point-
The show's not called
see
Thrawn.
the Chimera.
The show is called
Ahsoka. I guess.
Ahsoka.
Thrawn was the money the money shot.
That
though.
was the
Like,
I
way.
know, but
At this
I thought-
point,
No,
is
no.
it literally going to be episode 8?
Yeah,
We get
yeah,
like
or 7.
where he doesn't even say anything. He just like turns and looks at the camera.
That's
and goes,
episode 7. Episode 8, he actually appears.
Now I have a question for you guys. because you guys know more about this than I do. Thrawn and Ezra got teleported away at the end of Rebels, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's 11 to 14 years or so later?
Rebels, I think, is like 4 or 5 years before A New Hope. And then this would be, so in 4 years before A New Hope.
We don't know exactly what year this is taking place, right?
Well, I'm trying to do the mental math right now, right? So 4 years before A New Hope, a year between A New Hope and Hoth. No, 3 years, or is it 1 year between A New Hope and Hoth?
It's 3 years before A New Hope.
Okay, so that's 7 years. 1 year between between 5 and 6.
1 year close to a year. I don't know if it's a full year or
Right.
not.
So 4, 3 is 7, plus 1 is 8. Say it's 5 years, 3 years after. So you're looking at like 11 to 15 years later.
So 11,
right?
so
11 to 13 years
It could
later.
be anywhere in that sort of range.
Right.
I guess my question is, why are the good guys and the bad guys now like doing this?
Why didn't they do this during the those 11, 13 years?
Like okay, so clearly Sabine seems she's really into this Ezra guy. Were they lovers?
They were like that,
Or-
like that crush.
I know at one point they said,
pseudo-
"You're like family to me." Like there's that line. like,
Ezra does call her a little sister.
They're like, "Oh, you're like my little sister." It's like that's the friend zone. I don't know what it is. Either way, obviously she's willing to hang out with the dark side characters to get to Ezra, a very important person in your life, whether it's
Right.
platonic or not. Why now all of a sudden? Like if
Well,
this person's that
I
important to you and they
guess-
just fucking disappeared.
The theory is
Where'd the map come from?
so I guess the idea would be timeline wise. Mando season 2, Ahsoka bests Morgan Elsbeth, gets her captured. While she's captured during like season 3, she gives up the information about the map. Which
The
then
real information.
right, which is what this then like. Remember the opening crawl, episode 1.
Why didn't Morgan Elsbeth before that do anything
Right.
with the
Well,
map?
that's the thing. That's like one.
I think they were searching for the map.
But she gave like everything that because
So it
Ahsoka.
took her a while to find it.
But Ahsoka even says that like Morgan gave me the information and the map. Like she gave me everything to get to the map. She actually outright says the information I got from Morgan got me the map.
Right,
Yeah.
but she could have found that out 16 hours before she was captured.
That feels
I mean, that's
very
that's
good
that's
happenstance.
definitely true, but that is sort of like very convenient for
That which is not outright different from how Mando's season 3 writing and Ahsoka writing is. Like the level of contrivance.
just because of how many years has gone by. It's like
I
she
think
got
that- I
captured
think the
right when
years
she
going
figured that
by
out.
was a lot of that was probably like the Empire's End stuff. I think there was power struggles between admirals.
Right.
There was still another super star destroyer out there. People were trying to figure out where in the pecking order the Empire still was. and-
Whoa, no, not in this timeline.
Let's say you're just
not in the new canon. The new canon. So soon after, like a year or two after Endor, would be the Battle of Jakku, the whole Aftermath trilogy.
that's the
And-
final
and then-
battle, right?
And then Operation Cinder.
Cinder, yeah.
And in that, basically the Empire's done.
Does Thrawn have a canon death at Jakku or anything
No,
like that? Is
no,
that written
Thrawn,
anywhere?
no, Thrawn's
Thrawn's
last
already
appearance
gone.
is Rebels.
But does Thrawn have a canon death in Disney EU?
No.
Okay.
Jakku would be like 3 years before this.
Is it possible Thrawn outlives this then?
There's a theory that someone
Oh shit.
there's a theory going on that Thrawn is actually going to be the big bad of the Rey movie.
I don't.
That
No way in hell that
That
happens.
the rest of this series is
Ray killed a revitalized Emperor. He's
No,
gonna
A Super
take-
Saiyan Emperor.
well, no,
He'll
okay,
take
no.
really.
I'm pretty sure
Don't
Ray
get me wrong,
can.
Thrawn's really a bad dude, but he has
Right.
no superpowers.
Right, no, we get that. But my point just being, the theory is the rest of this whole show and the conjoining of it happens in this other galaxy. Because remember, by the time of the First Order, they talk about how there's been no real battles in the Star Wars galaxy. There's been nothing, it's just been the Battle of Jakku, the Empire forfeits, they surrender, Mas Amedda does the peace treaty in the Aftermath trilogy.
Yeah.
There's been no real battles until the First Order. Mon Mothma and all of them are like, yeah, so we don't have to make this resistance group. Leia's like an outsider. Where I feel like if Thrawn happened, everyone they would have a little bit more credibility.
You make a very good point. So initially, when people really enjoy the Thrawn character, is it sort of like, as far as like the dark side is concerned, not Force users, I just mean like the evil people in the story. Thrawn is like a breath of fresh air when it comes to bad guys. It's like sort of like a well-written, like literal, like strategian.
He's a collector.
He's not just
He's
generic
He
evilman.
uses their culture against them. He's Yeah, he's not a bad guy that's just pure evil.
Well,
he's like
he's not the mustache like Gustav's character.
Well,
he's not Gideon, who's just like Gideon at this point is a
evil
joke.
to be evil.
Yeah.
Gideon is Cobra Commander at this point.
Yeah.
I'll get you next time. Like, he's Dr. Claw.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be back next season for 2 episodes.
Yeah.
When Disney pays me, when Disney's check, once
clears.
Disney's check's clear, I'll be back for next season for
It takes 6 episodes for the check.
I'll be on set for 2 hours to film my scenes, and you know, because even then there's like you got a whole entire ship crashing on Gideon.
They're like,
and people are still wondering like he's gonna be back in the next season, isn't he?
Clones.
He's gonna be back with he's gonna be back with more guys.
Yeah,
he keeps showing back up with more guys.
They tell him, they're like, now hold on a second, we're just gonna replace the film in this camera real quick.
Yeah,
it'll take like 15 minutes. He's like, I'll be in my trailer. Call me when it's done.
Oh wait, what's that?
Trailer's like an hour and a half away.
Christian Bale.
No, I was gonna say it's the Krusty thing. Remember when Krusty like runs into the studio to like say the lines for the doll?
Let's get this right. 1. Hey, kids, I'm talking Krusty. 2. Hey, here comes Sideshow Mel. Again, here comes Sideshow Mel. 3. Bada bing, bada boom, I'm done. Learn from a professional, kid.
Okay, Krusty, we are ready to roll. What the?
He's like, hey, I'm talking Krusty, and he goes through the lines really quick, and like, cause Lisa's there to do the Barbie like things or whatever, or the Stacy or whatever, and he's like, learn from the professionals, kid, and he gets out and jumps into his car and drives away, and then in the background the guy's like literally still putting like the audio reel on. He's like, all right, Krusty, we're ready for when you're. And he turns around, Krusty?
He's already gone.
He's already long gone. That's classic Simpsons thing.
Anyway,
that's a little too off the cuff.
I do like. I always thought about this. One of the original spoilers I had heard for The Force Awakens was the reason why Luke hid and he was like a bitter old man was he was basically like Xavier was supposed to be in Logan.
Yeah.
His force powers grew so strong that he couldn't control them, and like he was out like on a planet, whatever.
Because he accidentally did something bad.
And like his force powers just like an earthquake type thing, and it killed thousands of innocent people.
I would have loved that.
That would have been awesome.
Right.
If you're gonna do Luke turned off from the Force, that's great.
Yeah. The Luke if that's the reason Luke is where he is, would have been much better than maybe.
And it's actually in character. With
right.
Luke.
He would like if Luke knew that he was too strong and he was like potentially hurting innocent people, that Luke would hide. Not the Luke who like wants to chop his nephew's brain.
Well, that's the worst thing about that is that it's a misunderstanding. It's like boobery. It's buffoonery that like causes Kylo to become evil.
He's
like,
15 years old to begin with, or 16 or whatever. Like his level of damage he can do. If Luke just waits for him to even be awake.
We're not here to shit on the sequels. The book has been written on that to begin with. Just go to Mahler's channel. He's got like 7-hour videos on everything. But I don't know. Where do you guys? So before we log off here, where do you guys stand so far? We're 5 episodes in. There's 3 episodes left.
I honestly don't even think really much. Like, okay.
I don't think a lot's happened.
I think so far you can condense this into like an hour and a half.
Yep.
Right away, this episode alone was 51 minutes, 56 minutes, 51 minutes, something like that. Most of it was flashback with Ahsoka having a trip dream, whatever, and that lets her go from being Ahsoka the Grey to Ahsoka the White.
Which is
went from
not
being stoic
earned.
to now. What? I'm not debating.
Oh,
that.
just what happened.
I'm just saying what happened. Yeah. She went from being the stoic to now being aloof, but like knowing.
It's like she's good now.
Right.
Somehow, I don't know.
And in that she got the knowledge that like, Sabine took them to the other galaxy, so we're just gonna go into the Purgil's belly to go to the other galaxy.
Could they have done that before, or do they need her to do that?
Well,
she had to put her hand up to let the thing open its mouth.
Talk to it or something like that.
Like could you have just gone into its mouth?
Well, but that
I don't know.
It might have swallowed you then.
That has always been a Jedi power, though. The commune
Yeah.
with animals.
Because animals are akin to
Ray
nature.
heals that snake thingy.
There's a few other examples too, but like basically this episode was a big nothing burger. I mean, it was cinematic. Like I can see why they.
It's not. It's not as big as nothing burger as like episode 3.
Well, no, but like I can see
the time to fly.
Yeah, where nothing
I
happened.
can see why they put it in theaters. It is cinematic. There was like beautiful shots of the Clone Wars stuff. That was really cool, getting to see Clone Wars again. But like none of that really affects my viewing of the Clone Wars. Yeah, Snips and Anakin had like little heated philosophical debates.
Was that a cash grab? Did they put it in theaters to do a little cash grab in the middle of the thing?
It's hard to, but not many theaters did it though.
It was like
so I
5
don't-
theaters. It was really minimal.
No, it was that small?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
like
very
here-
few theaters.
All kinds of people's news feeds and
Most
different
of
well,
them
they
screen
hyped
rant.
it.
Oh yeah, it was in
And
LA.
it was literally
I think,
in
right?
5
I think
theaters.
there was like
I
one.
thought it was like nationwide.
It might have
a
been
couple
like
of them.
no. It might have
That's
been.
so
It might have
dumb.
been like 20, but like still, like it was like L.A., Boston, New York, London. Like that was like it.
Oh.
That
Ahsoka. What do you guys think?
Joe Rogan doesn't like it.
I know that.
I actually don't think Ben Shapiro has commented on it yet.
So I'm not offended by Mandalorian, Ahsoka, whatever. I don't care. I think that's the biggest detriment to the show, is that I don't care.
Well, it's complete mid. It's not even mid. It would be below mid.
And this is coming from somebody who didn't watch Rebels or whatever.
Yeah,
and
at first I was really liking it, and I thought it kind of was. I knew there was like writing flaw. You kind of do have to turn your brain off for some of the writing stuff. But I kind of was like super excited for where it was going, and now I feel like it's like you eat 90% of the pizza pie, and then you take 45 seconds in between each bite on the last piece. I feel like they hyped it up a lot of stuff, and now they're just pulling that rubber band
like,
longer and longer to
We're
get
5
to Thrawn.
episodes in.
It's like just get the Thrawn.
it would have been great if like. So you keep the Ray Stevenson thing, because I think that's really the only thing to really latch
He
on
wasn't
to.
even in this episode.
And he wasn't even in this. Yeah, that's right. Sabine and all of them weren't even in
only-
this.
Morgan
only-
Elsbeth, none of them were.
None of the bad guys were in this episode. There was
Morgan
not a single
Elsbeth,
bad
I think,
guy in this episode.
I think Morgan Elsbeth is a fucking nothing burger. I'm sure she was good in Rebels or whatever. But...
she wasn't in Rebels.
She wasn't in Rebels.
Oh, she's just in this?
Mando was the first appearance.
She was in Mandalorian.
Yeah, I don't even remember
That
her
was
in
her first
that.
appearance. That one episode where
She's
Ahsoka
just-
appears.
She's just a stern lady with a rusting bitch
She's
face.
the granddaughter
Like,
of Bruce Lee. That's all you need to know.
that's not enough to fucking be good.
That's all you need to know. She's the granddaughter of Bruce Lee. Deal with it.
The granddaughter of Bruce Lee. Okay.
So my thing with this is,
It's like.
well, so here's my thing.
So sorry, Ben. I just a
Nope,
thing just popped into my brain.
You got one of those light bulbs above his
Yeah,
head.
it was one of those things where it's like, what if the show starts off and like rumors of Thrawn's return, like are spreading, like he's back, and he's like, and it turns out it's like Morgan Elsbeth like spreading a fake rumor to try and regroup,
propaganda.
yeah,
Hand
propaganda, and that's what spurs on Ahsoka. And all them like, oh, maybe, and that's what brings Sabine back into the fold, and she's, if Thrawn's back,
Right.
maybe Thrawn knows what happens to Ezra, because they left together.
They actually kind of did that in the old canon, in the old EU, right? Thrawn dies in the end of the Thrawn trilogy.
Oh yeah,
15 in-universe years later, there's a Hand of Thrawn duology, where these guys found a guy who looks just like Thrawn, and are projecting him out, and they're like, "Oh, look!" And they win 2 battles as the Imperials, and they then made Thrawn, this fake Thrawn, have a speech and do this stuff. And they're like, "Look, Thrawn's back, everyone!" And that was like a point.
they just cut to like a thing of Hitler doing a speech
Like, it
back
was
in the day, and
basically-
it's like, "Rah, rah."
It was kind of like to that level.
Thrawn's back.
I feel like this show. So like once again, I feel like this show is a. And I go back to how this Disney bait and switch. I think we would view this show differently if we didn't get the idea that this is Thrawn. We're thinking of this show as like Thrawn show, and it's not supposed to be Thrawn show. The show's supposed to be about Ahsoka. Problem is, no one gives a fuck about
Nobody
Ahsoka.
cares about Ahsoka.
Everyone loves Thrawn, not from like the old EU, from even Rebels and stuff like that. And there's more emphasis and idea behind Thrawn than there is behind Ahsoka.
They're building Thrawn up, and here's the thing.
But they haven't shown us.
We haven't shown us why or anything out. And here's the big thing. If they don't deliver on Thrawn in a big especially in a big fucking way,
before it.
if Thrawn shows up and he gets like defeated like immediately, then guess what? You've just botched your...
Picture, like, say, Infinity War. Thanos shows up.
And just gets one-shotted by Marvel.
Like, the Hulk just punches him straight to the moon. Like, literally, like, from Manhattan to the fucking moon.
And he just, I'll be back, you...
Right, and, like, literally, as he's flying, he's like, I will get you, Avengers.
Eventually, once I get those Infinity Stones.
Right, and then next battle, he shows up with the Infinity Stones, and he's, like, the ultimate bad guy.
Yeah.
I can fully see Disney do that with Thrawn. He'll lose the first battle in a stupid way, and then suddenly, like, he'll show up like Gideon does with, like, even more men.
Yeah.
Like, because, like, look at how, like, Gideon in, like, in season 3 here.
Gideon's terrible now. I mean,
like, Gideon has more men than he had in season 2.
He had an entire, like, project of army of people working for him.
And
a base?
He was a base in the forge.
It's like,
cloning tech, everything
and
built.
The idea that he just
Beskar.
And the idea that he just suddenly got, like, rescued in space and
on,
no one gave her
on
shit?
a planet that was supposedly dead that nobody could live on?
Right.
And none of it made any sense.
He literally had the Great Forge relit, so they were forging Beskar for his clone army.
Right.
He had hangar bays with...
There's a full TIE fighter.
TIE
But the entire civilization of Mandos are
like,
living on a rock getting eaten by alligators.
Right.
But
and he's literally at their house eating their porridge and sleeping in their bed.
And he's like,
but
wait,
it's
why
all
does...
right before, like, it's like right underneath Bo-Katan.
Why?
She's like right...
She lives on the moon. And she's under the impression that the planet is uninhabitable.
Don't you see the smoke coming out of them towers?
He just goes...
Your planet,
but
like,
Mando
the moon rotates like this, the planet rotates like this. At some point,
he just
you
goes...
would be able to see the section you're working on.
Okay, you guys are missing the point. The planet's right there. Mando just went down there because he did like some sort of weird fucking religious quest to bathe in the waters to cleanse his sins of seeing his fucking face or whatever.
He took his helmet off.
And he went down. He went down into the fucking thing, and he needed a droid for some reason. So we had a whole episode about getting a droid. That meant nothing because the droid went off on its own thing, immediately went kapooey, and then he just went, "Fuck it, I guess I'll go out myself." And then he like did a thing where he's like, "Oh wait, yeah, the air's habitable." It's like fucking nobody checked.
So okay.
Nobody fucking checked the entire thing about this fucking Mando civilization.
Okay. God, I love it when Drew gets more angry.
Why?
This shit.
They're like, finally, we can come back to our home planet. They're so happy. It's like nobody checked. Why?
Well, it's a lot of work.
Why the fuck did nobody not? Wait, it's not. It's not
a lot of work.
The air
is a lot of work. You gotta fly a ship, you gotta land it, and you gotta like maybe like stand out.
Mando was the only one who did it, and he did it sort of like accidentally.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh wait, we can breathe the air. All right, yeah, it's cool. Wait, we can just rebuild this horrible planet.
So I wanted to touch on one thing. Can we agree on the Disney show and the Disney idea of creating this is a failed project? This is an 8-episode like show. Mando was an 8-episode show.
These shows could easily be movies.
Right. And that's where like we're running into this like so in this episode all that we really got was Ahsoka having a flashback, a trip dream thing where like she goes from being Ahsoka the Great to Ahsoka the White. That gives her the ability, apparently, to talk to the whale. The whale takes her to the new galaxy.
I don't buy that journey at all.
That's my point. Is just what actually happened.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay.
But...
Episode 3, for example. All that happened was they followed them to a planet. They crash landed on this planet that we're still at in episode 5.
Yeah.
Episode 4 then was literally just a prolonged duels on this planet.
You could have...
All 3 of these episodes could have been one episode.
You could have literally rewritten it that they just have like the spark of genius of like, let's fly into them so that they take us to wherever they're going. Oh, they're about to go into hyperspace. And they have the opportunity to go into one of them's mouth.
Right.
Let's just do it on the whim and fuck it.
Or like they talked to them somehow through the Force like she did and piggybacked on it.
So here's the real question. They're in its mouth, I guess.
Yeah.
But because you're in it and it goes hyperspace, like,
That makes you go through it too?
why are you now going hyperspace?
I think.
True.
Well,
If you sit on a jet plane and the jet takes
right.
off,
I'm not
you
gonna,
don't just stay on the ground. As
Okay.
the
I'm not
goes
gonna-
around.
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
gonna
Oh,
do it
calm
right.
down,
God.
everyone.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to nitpick that one too much.
At 10 o'clock at night.
Calm
I don't
down.
want to nitpick that one too much because at that same point, then like you're saying, like, well, if the Millennium Falcon goes to hyperspeed, why does Chewie and Han piloting it also go to hyperspeed?
Well, because that's a machine that clearly has things built in to stop
Okay,
that.
Drew, when
This
the-
is an organic alien whale.
when a man goes,
It opened its mouth, for God's sake. And they just like landed on its
but
tongue.
you have to look at the organic being as the machine. Remember, its asshole is the
Okay,
is the
you're right.
Hyper
You're
shock.
right. That is a very, very minor minor
we
thing.
literally
It's
saw
not
the final scene of this episode
It's
was
not-
the
yeah.
whale's asshole.
Can we-
being a hyperspeed.
Can we go back 5 steps though? Because I did have a great thought when you were like, why this is Disney's big misstep that they made this shows instead of movies. And I kind of agree, but I kind of don't, because I think they're smart enough to make the money.
Oh, right, right.
And the other thing is, nobody goes to the theaters anymore. Look
Yeah.
at all these big blockbuster movies.
They're
that
bombing horribly.
spending.
Even
And they're
Disney
bombing.
projects are bombing horribly.
They
Right.
don't want to put nobody's gonna go to the movie theaters anymore.
That's
This
why,
is
and that's
everything.
why
This
that's
isn't
why that's why the
streaming
CGI is very shoddy.
I
It's
wasn't-
made for TV.
I
It's
wasn't
not-
For
saying-
TV,
I
they don't
wasn't-
want it on a
yeah.
130 inch screen. They want it on your 60 inch screen.
And like
at
you
home.
said, like Ben said last week, you fucking plan your property outright, and you get an extra 3 months of subscriptions out of people if
That's
they're just there
exactly.
for that product.
This, like, I'm not saying they're failing it monetarily, financially. They're feeling it artistically, creatively, like a good show. Like what
Oh,
we're
well, they've
enjoying.
been doing that though since 2015.
Well,
like the discussion we had before
No,
we got.
right, but what I'm saying is like the model of doing an 8-episode show is a failure to the artistic creativity of it. Financially, it's a smart, and that's why we're getting this. They started this at the end of August, so you had to be subscribed for August. The show runs through September. You have to be subscribed through September. The show ends in October. You gotta be subscribed to October. They got 3 months out of you for an 8-episode season, where literally an hour's worth of stuff happens.
Can you imagine just holding on to Disney Plus specifically for this?
I know a lot of.
I don't think a lot of. Oh, you do know a
I
lot
know,
of people
like,
that
go-
literally get it just for
No,
these shows
I know.
and then turn
Well,
it
no.
off.
What I know is I know people who will 1 month they pay for Netflix
And marathon it, whatever
and
they want
whatever
to
they
see.
want to watch in
Oh,
that
and
month,
go to another one.
and then the next month is Hulu, Disney, whatever.
They have extreme discipline and dedication. Then,
Well,
'cause I
my
couldn't
thing
do
is
that.
that is too much work. Like it's too much.
Yeah, turn off accounts.
Right.
I don't turn them off. and turn
Yeah,
them back
fuck
on.
all that. That's
Yeah.
so
I'd
much
rather
work.
pay the $10, $15.
My
That's what they
time-
know.
My
That is
time
what
is
they
worth
know,
more
though.
than that to
Alright.
turn on and off that.
But they know that, and they know that means they get $15 out of you every month. Then.
All right.
know
So,
what I
real quick, before we shut off, because I'm at 3 hours recording time now.